Hi and welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You've joined me once again at the Belfry. We are in the TaylorMade Performance Centre, and in this video we are going to give you 3 key things that you can focus on for better head movement in the golf swing. Yes, there is head movement in the golf swing. In this video we're going to cover what movement that should be, and we're going to make sure that your head is functioning better through your golf swing. Poor head movement can absolutely affect how we deliver the golf club and ultimately how we hit that golf ball. So as I say, we're going to do 3 things that you can focus on and you can work towards improving, which is going to hopefully help you hit better shots. So point number 1 is all about positioning the head setup. So we want to make sure that this head is in a position which allows us to function correctly in the backswing. So number 1 would be making sure that we position the head correctly. We do not want that head too much down this way. What that's going to do is it's going to really kind of reduce my ability to rotate. It's going to reduce my ability to create a good backswing. Equally, we do not want the head to be too much up this way, looking right the way down the nose. This tends to be more from better players. We see better players who try and create this good posture. Head is too much up, looking right down there, sort of right down the nose. We want the head to be comfortable, certainly chin up off the chest, but we don't want the head too much up this way. If you're looking at the golf ball and you can see your nose and you can see the top of your cheeks, that tells that your head is too high. You're having to look too much down at the golf ball. Make sure that isn't you. A good example of that would be Adam Scott. If you look at Adam Scott a few years ago, very much back with the head, chin pulled in, head very much up. You look at him now, he's a lot more natural in his position. That's helped him achieve some better positions. So point number 1 is to make sure the head position at the start is good. We don't want the head too much down, but equally we don't want the head too much up. Point number 1. Point number 2 is to allow the head to rotate as you make your backswing. So what we do not really want in the golf swing is any lateral movement, side to side, or any real increase or decrease in the height of the head. What we do absolutely need to have is some head rotation, okay? So head rotation away from the target is absolutely fine. What we would tend to find is with all golfers who make good golf swings, there is some amount of head rotation as they make their backswing. A little bit of head rotation away from the target allows the shoulders to turn as much as we need them to. If you are the kind of golfer who is absolutely dead set on keeping your head dead still, you're going to find that you underturn in your shoulders, okay? From that position there, I can't really turn my shoulders anymore. For me to turn my shoulders more, I have to allow my head to rotate. So at the top of my golf swing, I certainly feel like I'm looking a little bit more to the left to see that golf ball. We don't want to get this confused with head movement, head sway. We don't want a head sway. We want to keep that head about centered, but we want to allow that head to rotate a little bit to the right to allow me to turn my shoulders as much as I need to. So point number 2 is allow some head rotation in the backswing. Point number 3 is all about post-impact. We see far too many golfers who are trying to keep the head down far too long, trying to sort of look for the contact, okay? Many times I hear golfers say, I didn't see the club hit the ball, my head must have lifted up. I don't think I've ever seen the club make contact with the ball. I know it happens that quick that I don't see it. We're not desperately trying to ensure that we see the club hit the ball before it goes. I want you to almost feel as if your head is following the club or the ball. So as soon as you come and you feel like you're approaching impact, allow that head to go, okay? We certainly don't want to keep that head down for far too long. If you keep your head down too long, you're restricting your ability to rotate through. If you're restricting your ability to rotate through, a couple of things could happen. You could easily flip the hands over and hit the ball left. You could easily flex the elbows, top the golf ball, but ultimately you're not going to achieve a good extension here. You can notice here at that point now my head has already rotated a little bit to follow the golf club. If I'm still looking at the golf ball, I'm going to find it very, very difficult to achieve that area of my golf swing and make that correct, okay? It's still something we see far too often. Golfers desperately trying to keep the head down this way. It restricts body turn. The arms tend to fold and collapse in, and we generally don't hit very good shots from there. We're often thin shots, even though that golfer's trying to keep the head more down. So we've got something in the setup. We've got something in the backswing, which is head rotation, and we've got a feeling in the follow-through that we allow that head to go quite quickly after contact. Therefore, there is quite a bit of head movement in the golf swing, but we have to get it correct in order for us to make the right moves and more importantly, to allow us to make the right moves. Often there's things happening in the golf swing which are poor or incorrect because that golfer's desperately trying to keep that head far too still in the golf swing, okay? Head movement is good. We just need to understand which movements are okay, which movements maybe we don't want and aren't as maybe quite so desirable, but we need to make sure this head is functioning correctly, and if it does that, you'll hopefully hit some better shots. So let me hit a couple, and hopefully you'll see those three things happening. So hopefully you're going to see a bit of head rotation, and hopefully you're going to see the head coming up relatively soon after contact. Okay, that's a pretty good shot. Just do one more for you. Okay, so the last point to note here would be how much head rotation you have in the backswing might depend a little bit on your flexibility, okay? If you're a little bit tight or not as flexible in this area here, you might feel like you need a little bit more rotation. If you find that's difficult, don't worry, try at setup, try and preset a little bit of that. So at setup, just preset a little bit of rotation. It's already preset, that's going to allow you to make that better turn. So if you don't feel comfortable doing it in the golf swing, if you feel that it's maybe strange because your head's moving a little bit, preset it at the start, that might make it a little bit easier for you to do. Okay, so if you remember those 3 points, you'll hopefully get better head movement, you'll hopefully hit better shots, and you'll hopefully shoot lower scores when you're out on the golf course. And that's ultimately what we're all trying to do. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you've got any comments about this video or any of the videos, you can post those in the box is down below. There's also a like button down there, so please click that if you like the video. And if you haven't done already, then please subscribe to my channel for more weekly videos. Okay, thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see you again next time.